Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today, you're gonna love this. We have some pretty slick moves for you today. One super important principle when passing guard is removal of the hooks and direction switch. Here, Roger has some of the stickiest hooks that I've ever experienced. So if you ever are up against somebody and you feel like they have their hooks, their feet in your thigh and you're getting swept a lot, think about pinning the hooks to the ground and switching direction. That is a principle that works frequently. I was just editing a video the other day against a purple belt and he did it to me, so it works. Next, now that I'm in side control, I'm doing the step over pass to get to mount, and I go for a triangling of the legs to sprinkle in a little Khabib flavor. However, Roger sees my leg and calf slices me, and if you don't know what a calf slice is, even though it says calf, like imagine this is my bent leg and this is my knee. The elastic is my knee. A calf slicer works by placing a wedge here and then pressing down on the other end. Like this is your knee on calf crusher. The knee is supposed to bend like this, not like that. So I tap quick to calf crushers, especially with knee stuff. I don't wait until I feel pain. As soon as I feel pressure going downwards on the ends of the fulcrum with something wedged here, like I tap. But that was such a creative finish, a creative way to get there. That was the first time I have ever experienced a calf slicer from this position. Outside of the club, Now, Roger is one of the best at escaping bottom positions, and pay close attention to what he does here, because this is a principle at work that I've seen hundreds of times. So anytime that you feel that you are getting passed on the bottom, think about get to your knees. It's such a huge principle. I roll against like really good purple belts. I'm thinking about one in particular that works for BJJ Fanatics, Zach, and the amount of times that he is able to get to his knees and thwart my attempts, it's phenomenal. All right, now here I am going for a reverse Gable grip guillotine. However, it's very high risk right now because my arm is he has pinched his shoulders up against his ear, such that my arm is now stuck behind his head, which is a perfect setup for this Flue Choke. So basically, if you're ever getting guillotined, you can apply shoulder pressure to then have them choke themselves, which is beautiful. Now here's a little foreshadowing. I told him, like, man, I was close on that, reverse Gable grip guillotine. He was like, yeah, nobody gets me with that except Nate, which Nate is our coach. That's like his signature move. And talk about verbal kazushi, like off balancing. Like sometimes the worst thing you can do in a fight is make somebody like want to fight you. But after he told me that, I was like, let's see what happens later on in this video. That's foreshadowing. So here I step inside to get close to his hip, do some fancy breakdancing. The most important thing here is my right arm. Do you see how it's posted on the floor? That is like super important to make sure they don't regain guard by getting their knee in. Now I'm trying to back step here to get his leg to attack some leg locks, but he's doing a good job of defending by crossing his legs. So here I'm trying to swivel my leg in to get inside position because that's where you want to be. That's a super key principle. All right, so I am sneaking in. I get the other arm in. You have to believe you really, anytime that you're going for a choke, especially this one, because your fingers go like this, like you have, so when you're choking like that, it's like they can start to pull apart your fingers and pull apart the grip, but you really, like, people can sense the vibe of, oh, I'm not sure if this is gonna work, or I'm definitely gonna choke you now. So next time you're choking, next time you're trying to complete a finish, believe, like, it works. All right, now, do you remember that fancy pass that I did at the beginning of this video? Let me show you some brown belt magic. And purple belt magic too. Like, purple belt sets stuff up, but I got set up real good. So here, he tried to go for a little guillotine the other, did you see that? Oh, he's going for a clamp guard. And I am saying no to that. And look at this grip. This grip is everything. This is the grip that sets up, because look at this. I'm trying to throw his leg by, and look at that grip. That grip is the difference between what happened at the beginning of the video when I passed his guard, and now I'm currently getting triangled. Like, that was such a beautiful way to force the triangle. Oh, he's so good at this. And when I go to reverse out of it, Roger does this belly out technique, which is excellent. I learned that one from Roger. The beautiful thing about jiu-jitsu, it's like something gets done to you and then you're like, I need to try that out. But yeah, that was such a beautiful setup for a triangle choke, especially against like a purple belt, you know, like a higher, this isn't my first rodeo. So using that grip to pass, especially, oh my God, yeah. It would be harder if somebody had double underhooks, because you'd have to get your leg on the other side, but like, oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have to try that. Oh yeah, and one more thing. You'll probably have to go back and watch the guillotine part, the reverse Gable grip guillotine part, but pay attention to like the wet noodle arm, because when you wrap your arm in back of somebody's neck, you get so much more distance when you keep your arm relaxed. You want to stay tight to their neck, but loose in terms of relaxed muscle tension. Another tip is especially relaxed. It's so one of the key, I guess, growth points for me in my jiu-jitsu journey, and I think this is very helpful for anyone, is next time you're rolling, like, take inventory of what your mental state is and the feelings that you are feeling. For example, like, is it a spirit of, you know, being playful? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling like annoyed? Are you feeling, It's important because I find I have the most, it's almost like the roles become re-energizing when my intention for the training session is fun and learning and growth. For me personally, having an intention of fun and play is really helpful. Mentally, it helps me get through any type of mental roadblock, especially when when I first started boxing. Like sparring sessions for boxing are pretty intense, and I definitely, it's one of those mornings where you wake up and it's like 5 a.m. and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna get my ass beat today, and my mind can play, it's like, hey, are you sure you don't want to stay in bed? It's like the stories that we tell ourselves, but I made a firm intention of like, you know what? I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna have fun and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna make some like great connections with other humans and we're all gonna just have a good time and get better. And that's what I kept telling myself. And the intention came true and it was fun.
As I sit back, relax, steam a blunt, sip a vet. Think about the singers, probably go to Bell. Ooh, Regina Bell, she probably do me swell. Jasmine Guy was fly, Mariah Carey, kinda scary. Wait a minute, what about my honey Mary? Them jeans, they fitting like a glove. I had a crush on you since real love. Hold your horses, I'ma show you who the boss is. Just taking no losses. Even groups like SWG and TLC. Jesse B.I.G. with telepathy. The recipe, a picture hardcore with the gun. Pimpin' ain't easy, but it sure is fun. I won. So what's the 4-1-1-1? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8, 38s, 9, 9, 10 Mac 10, the shit's never end. You can't touch my riches, even if you had MC Hammer and them 357s. Biggie Smalls, the millionaire, the mansion, the yacht, the 2 weed spots, the 2 hot slots. That's how I got the weed spot. I shot Dread in the head, took the bread and the lamb spread. Little Gotti got the shotty to your body, so don't resist or you might miss Christmas. I tote guns, I make number runs, I give MCs the runs dripping. When I throw my clip in the AK, I slay from far away. Everybody hit the DECA. My slow's remarkable. Peace to Mateo. Now we smoke like Tony Montana Scipio. That's crazy blunts, mad L's. My voice excels from the avenue to jail cell. Oh my God, I'm dropping like a pigeon. I hope you're listening. Smacking babies at they christening. So you better grab your pistol, cause if you sit still, I'm gonna make a few shit spill. And I'm talking about buckets, why did I have to do it? Cause I got a gun, nigga, bust it. Cause I got more shots to pop ya, big popper. Breaking your own something proper. Signing off is the hardcore rap singer, AKA.
Next time you're rolling, just think about what your intention is and what you want out of it. And we all like fun. Who doesn't like a little more fun? But all right, so thank you so much for watching. Keep training, you're doing great. Until next time, bye.